Recording. Hello to you out there once again. We're on our program Homes, Relationship and Marriage on Granny Television channel. Thanks for sharing, thanks for joining us, and I hope that you're going to bring something out of this discussion today. Now, the first thing we need to look at managing a changing spouse is what has changed. If you cannot answer the question of what, then you are far from solving the problem. What has changed about your partner? What has changed about you? What are the things you have observed? Because you need to critically look at your partner and check what has changed in him or her. The question of what has changed is as important as solving the problem of a changing spouse or a changed spouse. Has your husband changed his disposition towards you? Is he no longer interested in resolving issues when you guys have issues? Is he trying to avoid you? Is he having secret that's keeping from you that unlike before? Does he still eat food in the house or does she still cook food in the house? I had a story of a man who told me about the wife, and the moment the wife discovered that the man has some properties in the United States, both of them were here. The man having sponsored the wife to college, to school, and she was earning a very good salary, and the man could not even tell what the woman was spending her money on. But the day he told the woman that he has properties in Maryland, then everything changed. According to him, the woman stopped cooking food for him, and the man started looking forward to surviving the family. Now, what has changed, and what caused what has changed? I'm also going to tell you about some other couples and how they were able to sort out their problems. Number one, did you do anything that you think would have made your spouse to change? Did you hide something from him in the past that he has found out? Now, I was ready to meet some ladies called me some years ago and said they were having an issue. I said, what was the issue? They said the friend who was married had a child before meeting the husband and did not tell the husband about the child before they married. And they were afraid that the husband might know. And I told them, well, it's as bad then, it's as bad now as it could have been then. And it would have been better for her to have told him from the beginning. Because having a child before you actually met does not mean the man will not marry you, the man really loves you. But keeping that thing from the man can actually frustrate his life. I had a story of a man in his 70s now who went to Africa, wanted to bring his supposed child, and on trying to do the documentation, the American embassy asked the boy to go and do DNA test. And at that point in time, they found out that that boy did not belong to that man biologically. Another man was at the airport. He was just drinking himself to stupor, and he saw a young man and said, "Gentleman, can I share something with you?" And the man said, "What is he?" He said, he just traveled from the US to Nigeria to come and take his children. And he found out of the 4 children that delivered for him, only one of the children was his. What is the thing that your husband has found out that is causing the problem? What are the things that you were doing before that you stopped doing? I mean, you need to check yourself. I counseled a lady some years ago. The husband, the husband was working in the central bank of the country, and somebody whose daughter I counseled earlier on just sent her to me. And when I met this lady, I asked her, Madam, what was the problem? And she told me that the husband has completely changed. I said, what has changed about him? She said, they are no longer in talking terms in the house. Anytime they needed something from the husband, she will need to write it on a sheet of paper. She will give to her 17-year-old daughter to go and give the man. The man will put money on the paper or reply him, and they are living in the same house. And I was like, Madam, I looked at her and I said, Madam, even the way you are looking, you have changed. She said she was not happy. I said, you are pushing your husband out because if you have removed your wedding band, you are not putting on your ring again. I said you have admitted that you have already failed and you have lost your husband to the strange woman, whosoever it is. And the woman told me that the husband actually met his old flame, somebody that they dated when they were in school. The lady got married and the husband died. And her husband now wanted to compensate the woman with marriage. And I said, where is that done? And she was troubled. When we went through the counseling together, she got her husband back. What I'm trying to tell you is this. What do you think you have also stopped doing? I said the other time, a friend of mine who said the wife has changed, and I said, if your wife has changed and she was not like this before you married her, you must have contributed to the change. And I'm also talking to those who are in relationships. You are hiding a lot of things from the person you want to marry. You are being secretive. Nobody wants to marry somebody who is not open. Trash everything on the floor. If you have not messed up yourself sexually, you can still work out of a relationship, but the thing that the guy the truth and work out, there's somebody out there who's going to marry you just the way you are. You don't need to cheapen yourself and mess yourself up because you're looking for a husband. Like I normally tell some of the ladies I've spoken with, how many men will be sleeping with you before they promise you marriage? Everyone who comes around you who promise you marriage and sleep with you and then walk away. And then the next man comes. How many men will be testing you before you marry? Check yourself out and put yourself together. If you can identify what is wrong in the marriage relationship, you are a step towards finding a lasting solution to it. Till we see next time, I remain yours, Enoch. God bless you.